Good morning, guys. The fires are getting worse. They're not contained at all. We have people that live in Bel Air, friends of ours that live in Bel Air, being told to evacuate now. So, thank you, no one. Good morning to you guys. So, we are preparing more of our calming relief. We've been getting a lot of great feedback and thank you from pet parents that have been giving their pets our calming formula. So we can only do what we can do to help from where we are. Good morning. Hi, Hippie Cheek, Kyle. So yeah, we're just preparing ourselves this morning. The nightmare is far from over. Far from over. We're also preparing ourselves because apparently tonight the fire, the wind could get worse again. They're talking about that. So we're trying to, just do what we can. Do what we can. I mean, thank you. Thank you very much. This is our no more drama calming relief for pets. And it works very good for pets that have been displaced. So we're gonna get ready to go out to Pasadena where there's a lot of pets that have been dropped off. And as you guys have seen, Michael's been doing the rounds to other pet locations. There's very little that it's a very helpless situation because it feels like there's very little that we can do to help. But there's a lot of people in our community that are out there helping and being proactive and making it count. That's all we can try and do, right? Like we can just try and make it count. Try and be of support for our highly traumatized community. Everyone's going through severe collective trauma. Everybody that's called this their home. Thank you, Nianaz. Yeah. Well, we all can play a little part, It feels like no one can really do enough for this loss, but you just gotta stay proactive and think of 1,000 million solutions to the problem. That's what humanity gives you. Everyone has to problem solve and figure out ways that they can be helpful. Because right now being helpful is all that the community needs. Everyone's relying on each other and leaning on each other to, to hopefully help unburden the weight of the magnitude of the loss that our city is experiencing. I mean, you guys have seen how this fire doesn't discriminate. It goes and consumes everything in its path. And unfortunately, as you guys all saw, the leadership of Los Angeles with Mayor Karen Bass boycotting the fire department. I mean, what we're finding out is truly shocking, but it shouldn't shock anybody in our community. I mean, imagine how much priority has the planter fire hazards at the blue building, that in what world are they not removed right now? If the blue building goes on fire, guess what's gonna be right there, blocking the way, creating a literal fire hazard. So that's how little the leadership of Karen Bass has actually prioritized something that we've lived in Los Angeles for decades now, guys. Like, fires is not something that no one is thinking it's gonna happen in Los Angeles. Like, I've been evacuated before from other places that I lived when I lived closer to the hills. And luckily nothing happened that one time. But if you live in Los Angeles and you're been evacuated so many times, and you know that fire is a real threat in the desert that we live in a desert. I mean, yeah, we might be next to the sea and everything. I mean, Topanga, which is one of our favorite beaches right between Malibu and Santa Monica, Topanga's been scorched down to nothing. We just saw our favorite Thai restaurant, our favorite little places that we go and relax at the beach, they're all torched down. They've literally been torched down to nothing. And the leadership with this woman being off in another country while this was unfolding is really showing us how, we all have to be acting as concerned, responsible citizens. And really, we all have to have our foot on the neck of the people that are running your city. Because if you just leave it up to them, if you leave it up to Karen Bass, she's just gonna be, jet setting around while her literal city burns to the ground. It's just unforgivable what's going on right now. Yeah, it's very traumatic, guys. It's very, very traumatic. And then, not to mention that they keep sending us these fake alerts. They've been sending fake alerts. I mean, imagine in the middle of a crisis, you're getting fake alerts on top of everything. Like, how could it be? There's, it just shows nothing has been prepared. There's been no foresight. It's giving cloud chasing, what we've had from our horrific leadership here. It's giving they're all just a bunch of cloud chasers, chasing power, not giving an F, not having a heart, not understanding the assignment, not understanding what they signed up for, not understanding the basic aspects of this assignment on a state that is the 5th largest economy in the world. the highest taxed state in the whole United States. And this is the abysmal, horrific response we get from leaderships that we've been visiting over other matters. As you guys all know, we've been visiting our city hall. We've been, sounding the alarm, especially Audit LA, especially all the people that have gone to those meetings to sound the alarm on fire hazards. And what has been done? Nothing. Exactly. The basics of their job, their fundamental basics. And you see the fire chief, that she did get pulled into City Hall to talk to Karen Bass. I'm sure to get yelled at because, she's called this what it is. This is a complete disaster. And Karen Bass is all about oh, let's not point a finger at anybody. And it's it's not productive. Well, maybe you can just step down and acknowledge your abject failure, Karen Bass, and actually let someone that actually knows what in the hell they're doing do the job that you are not equipped to do. Sometimes you have to literally have a little bit of self-awareness and go, you know what, I effed up. I need to move out of this because I'm just being a block and a stop to actual solutions being implemented. That woman is completely out of her mind. She is ineffective. She's the epitome of what bad leadership looks and sounds like. All just clout chasing for herself, not being prepared, not giving an F, not taking the job seriously. It's just, no. Yeah, and William has been calling on how the money while they reduce the department budget. Yeah, there's been, you guys know, there's been so many in our community that have been denouncing the dysfunctionality. But when leadership just snobs everything because that's what it's giving, every time we go there, we just get snobbed. Oh, they're just the people that want to complain. Let's not listen to our citizens. Let's not listen to the few people that give an F that have been coming here to sound alarms. And with that tone deafness and that lack of care, because they're not taking any points seriously, we're having a natural disaster, the likes of which no one imagined it was going to be this way. I was more afraid of an earthquake than citywide fire that could turn our entire city to look like, bombs literally went off on Pacific Palisades. The destruction, the lack of maintenance of the fire hydrants, the fact that imagine that the fire department has not grown since the 60s. We have over $1 billion in LAPD funding, a police department that, we know how we feel about the inefficiencies that have been shown by the LAPD, but their inefficiencies from the LAPD, unfortunately, are not just from a lack of funding. And, the fire department has been snobbed because for God knows what reason, you guys, because Karen Bass and the fire chief, how many letters? That's why the corporate media has been grabbing a hold of the letters. Again, the corporate media coming. Where was this outed? Where was this pressure being put by the corporate media? Nowhere. They only come after the fact to really want to play savior and to really want to be like, oh, yeah, look, you didn't do your job well, good. Where was that investigation? Where was that call for accountability from the corporate media? It only happens after the destruction. And now they really want to point the fingers and really want to show this and show that. But it just, there's a lack of transparency and functionality that is not working. It's not working. And the consequences are, the consequences for bad leadership are beyond severe. And we can take a page from the horrific leadership of Scientology, where people were about cloud chasing, people were about, purporting that they knew it all, being know-it-alls, not wanting to rein anything back, not wanting to take a shred of critical, constructive criticism. They just doubled down on their, stupidity. And who suffers the consequences is the problem this leadership has to answer. Because as much as they don't want to be told that they effed up, they don't want to then take on accountability for the consequences of their mess up. And that's not sustainable. Like, that is simply not sustainable. Like, you're going to do a job, you're going to be paid. I mean, how much money is Karen Bass really getting paid? Imagine getting paid that much. Imagine having that much power, that many resources under your fingertips. I mean, again, this is a city that collects a lot of taxes. This is a city that is not lacking in resources. The 5th largest economy of the world cannot save itself. So imagine the lack of how nonsensical that is. Where were proactive steps being taken so that there wasn't so much brush? Where were the goats being brought in to, prevent? There's so many solutions that could be done. And I'll tell you, like, in Portugal, they've done a lot of proactive measures and steps to make sure that, they're not burning down to the ground, because they had fires like this and they really took it serious. And now they're not getting the problem, And that's the thing about leadership. When you have the solutions and you're doing them, then you're not getting met with the problem. And right now we're getting met with a problem that is, imagine, again, in the cost of rebuilding versus the cost of prevention. Just let that sink in. The cost of rebuilding versus the cost of prevention. Like, the fire department's budget was cut by $17 million. Well, I just heard the husband that separated from Kyle Richards from Beverly Hills Housewives, Umansky, say that the cost of reparation will be, probably upwards of $100 billion. $100 billion. What could you do? You would never need $100 billion to prevent the problem. Right? Like, we don't need $100 billion to not have this problem. And yet here we are in the literal depths of hell because no one bothered to take the problem seriously. And again, it's not a surprise. It's not a surprise. The city does not take feedback from its citizens. The city is run by cloud chasers, wannabe leaders, wannabe jet setters that are taking trips to Ghana, a country that was safe-pointed very well by Scientology, which makes very suspicious This idea that Karen Bass, oh, I have nothing to do with Scientology. So why are you in one of the countries that Scientology has safe pointed so deeply, Karen Bass? If you have no connection to Scientology, what in the hell are you doing in Ghana? Because I'll tell you, research it, guys. Research how much Ghana has been safe pointed by Scientology. Scientology goes after countries where they can smell the corruption, and they smell that corruption in Karen Bass as she used Mike Rinder to launder her image. Oh, I really did learn that they were really bad. Oh, I really did learn that, oh, I had no idea that when I was praising L. Ron Hubbard and I was next to David Miscavige, I had no idea what was going on. But, thanks to Mike Rinder, I really did learn. She learned nothing. She learned how to sanitize her image again. And whatever concerns were brought up by Mike Rinder had nothing to do with saving all the kids that, this is why we've been yelling and screaming, because the kids that are being trafficked inside Scientology are inside a burning building, burning to ashes their childhoods, while everybody around plays dumb, pretends they don't know, pretends, oh, but we heard it was a very religious experience that all the children were having. Bullshit. Yeah. It's just bullshit. It's just bullshit, and we're going to have to get more. We're going to have to get louder. We're going to have to become advocates for how many people that are now in dire need of help. Like, the amount of people, like 100,000 people are under threat of evacuation now because the fire is moving towards the valley. I mean, 100,000 people, guys. Like, it's just... We can't read the chat, so I'm just going to straighten out my camera and turn it back. What am I making? We're making this, you guys. It's called, our formula is called No More Drama. It's a calming relief by our wonderful partner, Dr. Kyle. It's all made of calming herbs that really help to calm the nervous system of pets. And it's all natural, organic ingredients. And with so many pet parents having their pets displaced and moved, these are all the ingredients that are all calming herbs for the pets. And Michael's already been going every day since the fire started. He's been going to the shelters and connecting with pet parents and giving it to their pets. And we just got a phone call from one of the centers that it really was helping them to get these formulas. They just ran out of these. So we want to, we want to make more so we can go and give them the formula. I mean, this is the least we can possibly do right now, Oh, great, none of your business. I'm so glad that it helped for you too. Yeah, it's really effective, you guys, and it's very gentle for the pet because it doesn't have any bad things for them. So it's a great solution. So look, we're making a ton of them. a ton of them. And we're just gonna go and, bring a tiny bit of, a tiny bit of hope in this desert of chaos that we're finding ourselves in. Chaos, pain, trauma. So I'm here just making all the packets for it. Exactly, Kim. They're so stressed out. I see you guys are suggesting some books. I'll read the chat. And yeah, I mean, you guys saw Lara went live yesterday. I couldn't join her. I'm honestly we just been, trying to help some of our friends that have lost everything. And I just could not show up for her, unfortunately, yesterday. And I know she's just been through so much, because her whole job is literally where all the fire zones are, Malibu, Palisades, so she is, but I did watch the whole live, and it warmed my heart how much so many of you in this community showed up for her in the aftermath of the disgusting destruction fair game target that was placed on her van. I mean, we had our window cracked. Our passenger window of our car was cracked. And Scientology keeps doing these things because they know that if we don't have video cameras on our cars, they can do this. And it's just their way of getting back at us advocating for the kids. Scientology is absolutely terrified of what we're advocating for. They're absolutely horrified that they're getting called out by the kids that they abused, because they didn't count on us gaining clarity. They didn't count on us understanding what in the literal hell. They thought we've abused these kids so much that they're gonna just be completely stupid for the rest of their lives. And you know what? No. It took us a long time, literal decades, to unravel from the con. But now that we've unraveled for the con, Scientology is at it, destroying our property. So thankfully, we've had a wonderful, supportive community that has given us oxygen in this absolute horrific fire called Scientology and called California and its bad, corrupt leadership, because, it follows the same blueprint. Corruption is corruption. Karen Bass doesn't have to be a Scientologist to be corrupt. So she can be corrupt all on her own, and she's showing herself to be extremely corrupt, extremely pathetic. The fact that she couldn't even bring herself to say a single word when she was confronted coming back from Ghana really says it all, in my opinion. How's Serge Oblinsky? Is he safe? He told me he was. He is closer to the fires, but he wasn't evacuated that I know of. So I have to check back on him, because his his place is close to Sunset and Runyon, but the fire didn't go down from Runyon. So I believe from what I know, that he's okay for now. What's the link for the allergy medicine? I think Amanda can put it on the chat. It's healthypausherbalabs.com. Herbal, like herbs. Like, I'll give you guys the. Oh, here it is. This one here, you guys. Oops, can you see it? It's not grabbing it. It's not focusing. Hold on. Here, let's see if it grabs us. It's this.com. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Amanda. Good morning. Hi, Jan. Thank you so much. I mean, as much as everyone says, like, thoughts and prayers and do really work and do really help, and to know that your community is behind you when you're going through something disastrous is the lifeline that you need. So, oh, thank you, Anne. Yeah, we're never gonna stop. Never, never, never. That's so generous of you. We'll have gas to go and deliver all of these formulas. So I really appreciate your support. Anne is one of our most generous, wonderful community members. So shout out to all of you guys that donate your time and your money, because I appreciate every single one of you. Your time is just as valuable. So don't ever feel that it gets taken for granted, because I know that all of you have the option to support us, and you're choosing to support us, and that just means the world, and it would never be taken for granted. So thank you for all of you who are holding space as we navigate this disaster zone, really. Oh, thank you, Anne. Yeah, I mean, you guys, what Anne was just saying, and I'm just gonna go there right now because I fucking feel like it. There's nothing like a horrific disaster like this to put things into perspective. Our community has become so toxic, and so many people have made it about themselves and about their adult personalities, and they have sucked up the oxygen in the room, and that is not acceptable. So I am calling out content creators that are making it about themselves and are not understanding the assignment either, because there is plenty of toxicity going around in this community that is just not needed. That's the problem with toxicity. Like, toxicity expires. Toxicity is not evergreen. And if you're just like, fanning the flames of toxicity, then all you create is fire and destruction, and it's not targeted. We need targeted. We need targeted fires. Like, just what could have been done to prevent our fires in Los Angeles that would have been through controlled burns, right? Like in Portugal, that's what they do. They do a lot of controlled burns, and they really go and figure out how to burn very specific parts that are problematic. That is the problem with when you just sink into, rage, and you go into just wanting to throw fire and flames everywhere. It's not productive. It doesn't accomplish anything. It is not conducive to building. And what we need is to continue to build our community. And the toxicity is, the toxicity of the fumes of the aftermath of so much vitriol, so much finger pointing, so much personality clout chasing is not getting people where they need to be. It's not getting the advocacy where they need to be. And it's giving OSA every single part of what they want to do, which is to paint this community as if we don't know what in the hell we're talking about. So I appreciate those of you who have understood our message, understood our plight, understood what we're talking about, understood how serious it is. Sometimes you do have to practice mental health hygiene and not react to every single thing in the single world. And as grown adults that we all are today, we all can go and process our feelings, and the processing of feelings shouldn't be dumped on the community. If you have a problem and you're all up in your feelings about it, maybe that's the time you don't do a live. Maybe that's the time you internalize your struggle, you go and deal with it, and then you figure out how to constructively bring something to the table that is going to provide the community with resources and steps of what can be done. Because just spewing BS into the air is like you're spewing, you're making the fire happen. You're blowing the wind of the fire so that it continues to amplify, and we simply do not need the amplification of communication that is not actually going to accomplish anything. I'm not saying that people don't have the right to speak whatever they want to say. It's fine, but maybe work on gaining a little bit of self-awareness so that there is no, chasing of something that, like I said, it's not going to have any relevance. Because when you are just fanning flames of drama, then it's just so counterproductive. And let this disaster today rein back our attention, rein back our awareness, so that we know, like, oh, life can turn on a literal dime. And really put into perspective what you're putting your attention and efforts into it, because you're not getting a return on investment if you're focusing on things that are so transitory that don't actually accomplish anything for the community. So I do believe that all of us are stakeholders in this community, and we have to hold ourselves accountable for what we say, what we do, how we talk, how we speak, how we show up on these lives. Like, all of that matters so much in terms of the bigger picture. So direct the rage where it's needed and study it, and don't just be up in your feelings when you come to YouTube and go blah 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 without actually, you know, understanding the assignment. Going back to you're in a position of leadership if you're a content creator advocating, and if you're advocating in a way that it's not conducive to constructive outcomes, then really double check. What am I doing right now? How constructive is what I'm saying? How is this going to help? How is this going to make a difference? How am I, furthering these flames? And what can I do to prevent getting caught up in things that are just, not conducive to, no one's saying no one, when bad things happen, obviously call it out. When things are awry and there's corruption showing up, obviously call it out. But as a community, you all just have a limited amount of time you can give to this issue. And I have gotten a lot of emails that say, oh, the community's too toxic, I can't be in it anymore, and da-da-da-da-da. And I get it. Toxicity is the fire. Toxicity is the flames that can push something so far out that it becomes completely untenable, and it just becomes not sustainable for your own mental health, because we're all reacting emotionally to all of these aspects, and we care, but we also have to be able to draw boundaries and to really lean into discernment. And I was seeing the definition of discernment by this creator that was talking about it, and I love the way she put it. She said, discernment is when you don't have to go and to the end of the lesson in order to learn it, right? Because life is just giving you situations. And if you use your discernment, maybe you won't have to go down to the bottom of the barrel to find actually what the lesson was all about. When you use your discernment, you skip the lesson. You have a button to go, oh, you know what? I'm going to use my discernment right now, and I'm going to opt out of this lesson because you know what? I think I've already learned this lesson before. I think I saw how this played out before. I think I don't want to continue to repeat toxic patterns of my childhood to the present time. And I think that, this could be a good way for me to actually use my capabilities to filter all of these things. So we should all be inspiring each other and building each other up so that the community actually provides a service, and then you guys are actually, your time is respected, your attention is respected, your feelings are respected. It has to be a mutually respectful situation. So as we're talking about this fire, as we're having to put into perspective again what it means to be an advocate and the important part of it, let's focus on encouraging discernment. discernment for everyone involved. Exactly, hippie. Thank you, Nana Boss. Thank you for being here. Yeah, discernment is like that whiff of coffee that you take that can give you that new perspective when you were already overpowered by the stench of the toxic perfume. And the good news is it's available to all of us. It's available to all of us. And the other thing is that's why it matters what you consume, even as content, because if you're consuming a lot of toxic content, then your own entire viewpoint is altered by so much of that is running the narrative, and we don't want to be running that narrative. Hello, witchy woman. Thank you so much for your advocacy and support as one of our incredible community members. I saw you were at Out Blue yesterday. Make sure you're wearing a mask at all times, you guys, because outside in California right now, like the fumes that are in the air, I mean, speaking of real toxicity, it's not good. And get yourself an air purifier because we are gonna need it. We're gonna need all the help we can, because the air from these fires is just not good. It's not good for anybody. So just take care of yourself always. We have to put that oxygen mask on ourselves before we can be out there and helping others. So everyone just make sure you stay safe. Hello, Lara. I saw your whole entire live yesterday. Thank you so much for your update. Sorry I couldn't join you, but I'm glad that you're here with us as well. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for all the people that you're looking after and taking care of. Thank you for being selfless. All qualities that are needed when the whole city's burning down. Literally, we need a show of selflessness. We need the best of humanity to shine. We need it all. We need all the not toxic positivity vibes either. You know what I mean? We have to hold space for this pain. There's plenty people like that have lost it all, and we have to be careful not to be into the toxic positivity, like, oh, everything can be replaced, yeah, it is all replaceable, but you know what, if you lost it all, you've lost it all. And you want people to hold space for your pain and not try to mask it with any type of toxic positivity, because we have to just remain aware of what's unfolding, and we have to respond intelligently to unintelligent treatment. The pain is real. Hello, I2C. The pain is real. You're right. And, we're all going through this life of pain, whether that be, a medical diagnosis, whether that be a house burning down. But the one thread that keeps us with a full lifeline is this support that we have for each other, is this sense of community, like Laura and like Laura was talking to Pokemon and cults. Oh my god, I just blanked out. See, my brain is like literally fogging. Um, oh my god. Can you believe I remember her YouTube name? Ah, Liz, exactly. Oh my god. Laura and Liz were speaking about how just having a small sense of community acts as a full-blown lifeline. And it is very special to have that because, you know, what we said, you could get, you know, a medical diagnosis that you have cancer, and then you know what gets you through it? Community. You know what makes you feel not alone in a journey that is going to be tricky to navigate is community, is a sense of other people seeing you. It's just, that's what we need. That's what community is. Like, oh, I see you. Oh, you matter. Oh, you exist. Oh, we're gonna be okay. Hi, Trisha. We're doing okay. We're doing okay given the circumstances. We are making formulas to give away to pet parents right now that have been displaced and their pets are in a lot of turmoil. So we're hoping to give out as many of these as we can to help pet parents calm the nerves of their pets as they're displaced. Me- MD Media, you've given so much. You've given so much, and I hope that you're okay because I know that you were in an evacuation zone. So please keep us posted on your standing because we all have to show up. We all have to show up for each other.
Get on for a second. Up here, then.
Just
Hi guys. I just wanted to say really quick, I created 2 items on our website called I want to help the pets in the fire. It's a donation, and it's one for our No More Drama travel sizes, which we are donated. And what we're doing is we're actually donating one of these to everybody that donates one, amongst the other ones that we are donating already. But if you guys go online, and I just put the link in the chat and you guys can see it, but if you guys want to go ahead and you can buy 3 of them or 4 of them and all that, and when you do it, you can use the code FIRE, and that will save 25% off of the retail price on the website. So they give you a discount. So also, just so we can actually get more of these out into the pets' hands. So if you guys want, go to our website. You could go down. There's 2 items, you know, in our items. It says, I want to help the fire pets. So if you guys want to help us out, go ahead. We're going to be heading out to rescues today to share these with several rescues. So if you want to join in, people have been asking how they can help. There's 2 items there. There's this one here, and then there's actually as well, we have the full item as well, which is a full bottle. So these are actually going to the pet owners that are there, that are going to the rescue for food and all that. So these will actually go to the pet owners so they can take these away. But the rescues are using these for the pets that are inside the rescues right now. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. I'll be back. I got to jump back into action here. I'm going to turn you back over to Serge. All right, guys. Bye.
I'm just going back. What was I'm safe, thank you, and out of the danger zone. Oh, good. Out of the danger zone for now. I mean, it's it's eerie, you guys, because like even when you're safe, like we're just so interconnected with the pain and the suffering of everybody that it feels like, you know, deep feelings, very, very deep feelings that we need to process in a healthy way. That's what we're going for today. It's like putting all the lessons of discernment, putting all the lessons of mindfulness, putting those all together, because today is the day to make those lessons count. Today is the day for all of us to show up for this community, to put all differences aside. That's what this moment calls for. This moment calls for put your differences aside. Take, reevaluate what actually matters. You know, if you're holding on to something, do you really need to hold on to it? Can you let go of it? Can you move into a new place? And how letting go of things will actually unburden your load so that you can be showing up more effectively for others. I think that, you know, we all need a little bit of that. Because if we're all caught up in the flames of it all, then all that happens is everyone gets burned. The looters dressed as firefighters, oh my God. Yeah. I mean, and think about it, guys. Like, karma is real AF. I mean, there's is the yin and yang of the world, right? So for anybody that's trying to take advantage of the situation, you might think you're getting away with it, but you can fool everyone else in the world, but you know who you can fool? Yourself. You can tell all the lies in the world, but you know who you cannot lie to? Yourself. You can be on a whole PR campaign, I'm this, I'm that, and everything else. So, you know, really despicable. But, you know, it'll take care of itself because that's how the universe works. It will. Bad things happen to people that do that. Hello, Martha. Sending you tons of healing energy to you. Thank you for being such a pillar in this community, always showing up since day one, always bringing your wisdom and your intelligence to the conversation. Thank you for always showing up for us, and I hope that you feel that we're showing up for you as well and sending you tons of healing energy your way. question. If you need if you don't need the product for yourselves but want to donate it, do we do it through the Healthy Paws website?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, because anything that is being bought from that fire code, all of that is donated.
I mean, if they just want to do like, I don't know, if they want to do like a dollar amount to you, then we'll apply that dollar amount to the No More Dramas as well. So see, they could do either way.
Thank you so much for helping the pets. They have no idea what is going on. I know. I know, guys. I mean, oh, Caroline, you're adopting a Bengal cat. He might be a great candidate for No More Drama because Bengals tend to be Bengals tend to be a little like hello, Fat Granny. Thank you for being us here. Thank you for always showing up. Thank you for always making it count. Thank you, Martha. Well, you know what? We are on a journey of embracing our pain. We are radically accepting everything the way it is. And that's why we want a community that is here with us, that sees us, that makes us feel like we matter, because that's what we're getting through this life. We're getting through this life. We all know we're going to end up exactly in the same place. But it's better when we do it with people that care about us, with people that makes us feel seen and heard. Because that's how we go through this trauma. Just the same way you guys have shown up for all of us that have spewed our guts about our broken childhoods. The same way that we can show up to all the people that are going through fires, all the people that are, having to reconcile with unthinkable diagnosis, like all the kids that grew up in Scientology that had their entire, life fully upended. And there is a resilience, and that resilience is fed by the lifeline of community, of the lifeline of humanity, the lifeline of people showing up when it counts, where it counts, not because you're going to get something from them, but because you really are there for them, which is what this community has been for me since day one. I have spewed my guts to this community, and you all have made me feel heard, seen, and you've all stood next to us in denouncing the abuses going on in that cult. So let's continue to go through this life together and encouraging each other to influence each other in the right way, to lead by example and be a beacon of hope and light where the darkness is living, because all of this trauma is darkness, and we can combat that darkness through just being alive and being well, and seeing the people in our community, the people that have had our back, the people that have spent time getting to know us, the people that have spent time giving their precious time, their precious hard-earned cash to support and to continue our mission to advocate for pets and advocate for kids, which is the mission that we're in here for. You wanna make us a shake? You wanna make us a shake? What's not to love? What's not to love? That would be a great song. Thank you, hippie chick. Why is California such a mess? Mudslides, earthquake, wildfires. I know, Jeff. I mean, earthquakes is something no one is going to be able to prevent. That's just part of nature. This fire feels a little different because, you can't stop a hurricane. You cannot stop an earthquake. A fire is something you can actually stop. And that's why this specific natural disaster hits different, because what you don't have in an earthquake, what you don't have in a hurricane, you do have in a fire. You just have to have the tools to stop it and to fight it. And those tools, Jeff, have not been made available to the 5th largest economy in the world. The state that taxes its citizens more than any other place in the United States has the worst response, meaning that this state takes a lot from its citizens and gives back a burned house, like gives back. Where's the reciprocity from this inept city council of Los Angeles, inept leadership of Karen Bass? Where is that reciprocity? Because they're taking, and they're giving nothing in return. And that's why they're not gonna survive. It's not sustainable what they've done. So, is there any way to organize pet food drives to send supplies needed? Good question, Sandra. I mean, I know our sources at the Pasadena Humane Society have told us that they've received so much pet food and supplies that they're not actually taking any more pet food. So that's why, they want our calming formula, because it's a very specific niche issue that we can help the pets with. So if you want to donate to our cause, that's why we're doing these calming relief for pets. Because this is something that can be used and can be immediately, it's all goes in a syringe like this. So right here, there's usually, this is a 1 dose for like a big dog. Like smaller dogs and cats, it's less, so you could have like a lot of them. So this is why this product is really being considered, because it works and because it helps the pets that need it right now. They need to be calmed down. They need their nervous systems to reset. I mean, think about how territorial cats are. When they get moved like this just creates such drama for them. And we know so many dogs too. They have like these little personalities, and they're not happy. They're not happy campers right now.
There was, can you tell a story about? Hi guys. I just wanted to share this story. So 2 days ago, I went over to the shelter here in Los Angeles, and I had been there the day before, and I dropped off a bunch of these No More Dramas to the shelter. And so the following day, I went back just to check to see how they were doing, if they needed more. I brought more to drop off as well, because we're just making them as we're dropping them off right now. We're just like in production, just making them as you see what we're doing right now. And so when I went back, the volunteers were like so excited to see us. They're like, oh my God, you guys were here yesterday, you dropped off all these formulas. And they just helped our pets so much, and we're so happy. We ran out, and we're so happy you're back. So I had the bag there of the new batch I was giving them, and there was a dog there. Her name was Mia, and she was sitting in a cage next to a volunteer that was trying to calm her down, and she sat there and she continued to bark and bark and bark, and she was not stopping barking. And they just said she's so full of anxiety. And they had run out of our formula, so I gave her, so right there, we gave her Mia some, and she was like constantly barking, and within the 25 minutes that I was there, towards the end, she stopped barking, and she actually came out of her crate, laid down with the volunteer on one of those exercise mats that they have in gymnasiums, because that's where these rescue and evacuation centers are usually, or like in these big gyms. And so this one volunteer was laying down, she looked at the volunteer, walked right over to the volunteer, and actually laid down with her and just stopped barking, and it was so beautiful. And they were just like, oh my gosh, she hasn't stopped barking all morning. So that's why, we're so passionate in what we're doing right now, is just to get these formulas out to them. And we're just making them as fast as we can, and we get them out there, and then we come back and we make more. So anything you guys want to do to help to do this, we would appreciate it. If you guys want to, help with anything, you can Cash App or whatever, you can go to our website, you can donate there. I've already had a bunch of people donate off of my channel yesterday, which was so beautiful, and that's what's, making us able to do this. And what we're doing too, just once again, anybody that's donating or anybody that buys one off of our website, we're matching it. So we're, besides like right now, we're making 200 right now, just for this one rescue right now that we're gonna go to and drop those off. And the reason why we're making them like this is because we don't want to like contaminate, the syringe from one dog to another dog to another dog. So we're making individual syringes for each pet that's there, so they can grab one and just keep it for that pet. So, if you guys want to join in, everybody's been asking, so please, feel free to just go to our website or send, Serge or I a Cash App, and then we'll just go ahead and just put that towards this right now that we're doing this. We really, really appreciate it. And I'm just, I'm excited that we're able to do something that's actually working for the pets, because you got to realize there are a lot of pets that ended up in the shelters right now that the parents didn't get a chance to get into the evacuation center, the areas where their house was, because they were at work. They were like miles away when all of a sudden this evacuation, and if you saw on the news, these fires came in within minutes, and within minutes they were exploding and just burning up the area. So it's not a matter of like, oh, we're going to be evacuating and you've got a day to evacuate or a few hours to evacuate. This happened instantly. And so a lot of these people were not able to get to their pets. And so a lot of these pets, if they were able to escape, and I hate to say that because I just think the ones that weren't able to, they were found on the street and they were brought into these rescues. So the rescues are just overburdened right now with tons of animals coming in. And one of the things I want to share too is that we work with a rescue that's in Antelope Valley. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours from us right now, and they're having all their foster people take all their animals out of their rescue right now, so they can actually come into LA and go to these rescue centers here in LA and grab as many animals as they can and bring them back out to Antelope Valley, so that they free up the space here in Los Angeles for the additional pets that may be, displaced by the fire. I saw last night on the news too that they were saying that some people that have evacuated, that have pets, that are now looking for temporary housing. A lot of the temporary housing are not allowing them to bring their pets, so they are dropping off their pets at the rescue as well. So, my mission is, the kids and the pets, and so today it's the pets, to take care of the pets. So let's, band together, everybody, and just, whatever you guys can do to help. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you very much for being here, and it's going to be a day, and you see that the fire's now migrated back towards Los Angeles. It was in Pacific Palisades right now. I just saw that on the news that a house in Mandalay Canyon just burned down, so that means it's moving back into Brentwood, going towards Westwood, and soon, Bel Air's on standby for evacuation. And it's just showing this fire. It's not that they can't put out the fire, it's just that they don't have the tools right now because of all the cuts, because of all the fires. I saw yesterday on the news channel that there was a news channel interviewing the firemen and saying, hey, what would help right now? What could have helped? What is missing? And one guy said, all we needed was water. And when I heard that, I was just floored. And because they were going to these fire hydrants and they were opening up the fire hydrants and they're empty. And once again, like I heard Serge share with you guys earlier, is that, in 1960s, we had the same amount of firemen helping us today. And we had, I think they were saying on the news, we had 2 million people. Yeah, 2 million people in Los Angeles in the 60s, and now we're up over 4,000 or 404 million people. I gotta take this guy. Okay. Hey. Well, I'm telling the people that, when I do my live, like I was just doing a live on Surges right now, and I was saying, oh, we're giving, if you use fire for the discount, and people almost, they don't care about it.
Yeah.
We did that yesterday. Fire 25. It's fire. Just the word fire gives them 25% off.
Did we hear about the Scientology at the evac donation center? I didn't. What happened with the fake volunteers? I mean, Scientology is all about wanting to get their little 2 minutes of fame, pretending that they want to help. But it's not that those volunteer ministers aren't gonna necessarily help, but it's the whole scam behind it all.
I tried to see if I could do that and I couldn't find it.
It's the fact that feel my finger, like that's what they would be doing to those people. It's like, you want me to help you? You just lost your house? Oh, let me give you a locational. Let me give you a Scientology locational. Look around here and find something that is not reminding you of your burned house. That's how they do. COS stealing donations from the real sites. They took people's donations and claimed them as their own. Oh my God. What? You're kidding me. They were also recruiting. T made a summary video about it. Oh my God, I have to watch it. That is unreal. There were a lot of young volunteer ministers at Blue last night and little kids. Oh, well, I'm glad that you did catch that with share. I mean, that would have been us, you guys. That would have been us. They used us as props. They used us as ponds. You know, don't forget, I mean, when there was like hurricane in Florida, like we were used. I was like in the RPF and I was used in the middle of a hurricane to put sandbags so that their disgusting student motels wouldn't get flooded. So we were there until like 4 a.m. putting like these sandbags because the student motels, the disgusting student motels, were right next to the water. So, yeah, they're horrible. They're absolutely horrible. Citizens set up donate or. Oops, what happened? Who's our worst parent, Scientology or John Crawford? Oh my goodness, Mommy Dearest, right? Yeah. Well, and we're preparing for worst winds coming tonight. Apparently
Or coming next week, yeah.
more bad winds are coming tonight, so they said that allegedly Scientology had been going to places to pick up donations, and then they go and drop it off at another place and pretend it's them donating it.
They're such slumballs.
They like pick up a case of water and take it to another place and go, oh look, we brought you guys water, and it's just like the thing that they brought from another donation center.
Who said that? Who can we track it?
There's a video that T made about it.
Who's
We're
he?
gonna T. She's a YouTuber that lives in Australia.
Can she send it to us so we can push it out there?
The volunteer ministers are out there. Hello, Kiara Zona. Oh. I mean, the Scientologists were also taking pictures of themselves for PR. That's the thing, you guys. They never do anything as a selfless act. It always comes with what is in it for them. And that's what they're getting called out for. Their bullshit volunteering is complete bullshit. Like if you're volunteering to make it about you and to get something out of it, even Prince Harry and Meghan Markle went incognito to Pasadena to help. They wore masks. Nobody knew who they were. They did a bunch of work and volunteering. And only until the end did anyone know that it was them. So I thought that was thoughtful of them to do that. I thought that, you know, the people that have lost everything could get some sort of comfort maybe from the acknowledgement. And again, we're all just inclined to do what can we do? Yeah, they're taking advantage of the disaster. I mean, that's their MO, you guys, that's their MO. But they've never had this level of scrutiny where everyone's watching what they're doing so that they cannot get
They've been
away.
able to sneak underneath the radar.
They've always been able to sneak under the radar. All the things that they're doing right now never get called out because no one knows that they're doing it. But this is not going to be the case this time. So I'm glad that people are onto them and that are reporting on this, because it's very important. Yeah. Yeah, but Scientology never has money. With all the billions that they have, they never have money to put that into actually something of service, you guys. Like, Scientology's bureaucracy for spending $1 is so disgusting and convoluted. You have to ask for a penny. You have to write a whole thing, and they can just disapprove you really quick. If it's not for Scientology's best interest, guess what? It's going to get disapproved. If it's not actually helping Scientology, it's always going to get disapproved. I mean, people, my grandmother, when she was, with stage 4 cancer, she would get disapproved to have her treatments paid for, because of course she didn't have insurance. And, Scientology would be like, oh, we didn't make enough money this week, and your cancer treatment is not going to get paid for, so just wait more. So I know I've spoken about my grandmother before. She died of stage 4 cancer under Debbie Cook, who didn't give an F about her 10 years of service there. Never mind that my grandma was a supervisor and a groomer. So at the time I didn't know, because at the time I just thought she was my grandma and she meant well, but she wasn't doing good things for the world, as she was actually grooming kids. And she's the reason that I was recruited into the Sea Org. So your grandparents set you up for failure when they're Scientologists. Your parents set you up for failure when they're Scientologists. And when your grandparents and your parents are Scientologists, the kids have no way of saying, like, you really identify with what they're doing, because you think you love them and you want to love them and you want to think all these great things about them. But Scientology, going back to like their approval process, they call it financial planning, and every last penny has to be accounted for, and they never approve anything to actually help other than themselves. It's very, very sad. Thank you. Do you want to say anything?
Whoever did that YouTube on the Natalie, if you can forward that to me, I would love to see it.
It's on Natalie's channel, baby. We don't have to forward it.
I don't know what Natalie's channel is. I know so many channels.
Live in Scientology, you know Natalie.
Listen to him. If you can forward it to me, Natalie, I'd appreciate it.
Natalie's not watching.
Oh, okay.
How can Debbie Cook live with herself? I mean, the same way that Mike Ringer lived with himself, you guys. They are not interested in reining back the problem, reining back the fire that they created. It's mostly what the problem is. Yeah, that's the one that I mentioned. T Audit has a video on that this morning. Okay. I'll show it to him, you guys. MD Media videoed it. Of course, MD Media always has his foot on their neck. So the credit should go to where it's actually, very easy to sit back and be like, oh, let me talk about this, but actually put yourself in the front lines. So thank you, MD Media, for catching them in the act. That's what we need. Yeah, man. You are amazing, and never take your foot off their neck. Because believe you me, they feel it. Just don't put yourself in any danger, because you know how conniving they are. So that's what's so heartbreaking about this, you guys. When Scientology goes after the people that are advocating with the best intentions, it's really hard to see them get set up because they're so conniving. They were trying to recruit. I mean, imagine. And again, you guys, you've been displaced. I mean, imagine how Scientology is salivating over this. Oh, you lost your house? Oh, don't worry. We'll take care of your housing. Oh, you have kids? Oh, we'll take care of your kids. Come. Oh my God, you're amazing. You're gonna be great. You're gonna help us save our world. Imagine their pitch, their desperate pitch. Don't you want to be part of a group that follows the word of a convicted felon to the letter? Don't you want to be part of that? Don't you want to just follow whatever a convicted felon pitched on a piece of paper? Don't you think that's a great idea? Come. Oh, you lost your home? Oh, don't worry about it. We'll get you. We'll get you a house, an infested roach hotel. But they always prey on the vulnerable. That's what they're going for, you guys. Like, that's what they're going for. They're gonna save point. They're gonna make themselves to look like they're a solution for something. They're gonna make themselves very helpful at first. Scientology's always scouring. That's how they save point. How can we make ourselves useful to the LAPD? How? And they think about it a lot. And they do surveys to go, how? Where do they need help? And then Scientology goes, ta-da! We have a solution for you, LAPD. This is how we're going to save point. That's what Janet from Another Planet has been doing for decades. And the LAPD is so stupid with their $1 billion budget, they cannot even sniff out the safe pointing of Scientology. Imagine the stupidity of the LAPD. Exactly, Tally. Like, all of their vile behavior needs to be on the record in the court. That's why the child bride issue that Scientology has that nobody knows about, because nobody has ever advocated on behalf of children getting married off to adults in the state of California. Let's make sure that that's clear for the people in the back. Scientology has been running a scheme of sending underage minors across state lines to Las Vegas to get married. The minors in Scientology were not getting married in California. They were being shipped across state lines to Las Vegas, because in Las Vegas, apparently everything goes and they're not really that pressed. So that's the type of stuff that needs to be put on the court record so that people can stop playing dumb. Because right now everyone's playing dumb. Oh, I heard they're very innocent until proven guilty. Well, you know what? The kids that were inside of your disgusting hotels don't have to wait until the courts find you guilty. We already know you're fucking guilty because you put us there to witness all of your crimes. We didn't know there were criminal acts when we were kids, would we? But now we do. We connected the dots. So that's the most important case we have right now. Child brides. Scientology does it just like the Mormons on steroids. In Scientology, all underage Sea Org member girls are made available for grown-ass adults to get married to them. So imagine how many people that are looking for that little setup. I mean, where else can you find that little setup in America? Join this hotel and then you get to have an underage bride. Yeah, exactly, Gracie. It's all about using the kids. It's all about making the kids the targets of their abuse. And how many decades has it taken us, the kids that grew up there, to even understand what in the hell these disgusting people were doing? Decades. And they were counting on it. They were counting on leaving us so effed up that we would not even ever realize it. Thank you, Ozzy. I hope one day I'll make my grandkids about how all these amazing people brought down the world's biggest cult. Y'all are making a difference. Thank you. Well, we are all making a difference together, you guys, because it will take a huge, large community that is growing little by little. All 91 of you, smash the like and subscribe so we tell this algorithm that plenty of citizens are getting the message of what's going on. They're hearing what we're saying and are doing something about it. How much is the item that you want donations for the pets? $9.99.
And we've got it where we're doing a 25% discount to bring it down, just so it helps them to help us. So when they go in, they just go ahead and it's already got the no shipping on it, and it's got 25% off.
So yeah, it's a small donation.
And they could buy more than one.
We just wanted to make it so that anybody can feel like they can do something. You know, it's the little things that count. So. Yeah, we're taking donations for the product so we could keep making it, because we plan on, you know, this is not going away. We're gonna have to be doing this for I don't know how long. Our city's on fire. Like, we'll see. So.
Beat the video.
Oh, thank you, Gracie. Sí, con Silvia. Me viste con Silvia, la increíble psicóloga con la que platicamos. Vamos a hacer más pláticas con respecto a Scientology y a los niños mexicanos, a los niños latinos que los están traficando asquerosamente. Esta secta de traficantes de niños que se creen los muy, ay sí, somos muy religiosos. Pinches mentirosos de mierda que están nada más abusando de niños, haciéndose los pendejos. So, thank you so much, Gracie, for coming from that interview. It shows me that I need to do a lot more advocacy in Spanish, because like people in Latin America are not understanding how the fraud is being perpetrated. Thank you, Aussie Aussie. We'll put it right to these. And just donate it for more, no more dramas. Calming relief. Hello, Ravid. We are here helping our community, all our pet parents that have been displaced, that have very nervous pets. We are giving them no more drama, calming relief. So we're gonna be helping as many pets as we can, as our city is still on fire. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you for all of you who donate to the pet shelters. Thank you so much. It's so needed and it's so appreciated. And, you know, when you're showing up for things that cannot advocate for themselves, I think that's always a good start. Calming the pets. Thank you, Rabbit. Love you back.
If she could share our mission with the channel if you want to.
Yes, Gracie, we're donating our formulas. We're making formula for all the pets that have been displaced. Michael and I have a company called Healthy Paws Herbal Labs. And this is a calming solution for pets that helps them relax. It calms their nervous system. Our partner, Dr. Kyle, is the one that developed the formula. And it's all natural, organic Chinese herbs. So it helps to, you know, Michael went out the first day to the first center that was close by to us, because Pacific Palisades is close to us. So he showed up there first to donate a bunch of these, and they just called again yesterday asking us for more. And then our friends for Pasadena also told us that they needed it. So we're making 200 of them today so that we're able to bring some relief, donate these to them and bring some relief to pets. Oh my God, the clip of the mountain lion, just, I can't, just.
What?
They saw the clip of the mountain lion with a little cub.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oh, it's just heartbreaking. I know. It is completely heartbreaking. It's just so much loss, you guys. So much loss. So much ineffectiveness. Thank you, Tally. Yes, I mean, this formula works really fast on the animals. like Michael was sharing, like we had a boxer, Mia, that was so upset, couldn't stop barking, the poor thing, and we gave her the formula, and 15 to 20 minutes later she actually did chill and she calmed down, and she went and lie down next to one of the volunteers that was there at the shelter, because some pet parents had to leave their pets behind, and I mean, I just don't even know. I need a Patreon. Well, I have a Cash App and I had Venmo on my profile. Patreon. You're right. I need to do a Patreon. I just started a Substack. I mean, it's just like there's so many things that we need to write about. But just so you guys know, my Substack is called No More Kids in Scientology, and I just posted my first post on Substack. So go ahead and follow me on Substack, because I plan to be writing and advocating and centralizing all my testimony and all my advocacy against kids being forced to do Scientology by their crooked Scientology sycophants of convicted felon L. Ron Hubbard. We're advocating against having kids exposed to that. And our first Substack post really denounces the illegality of subjecting children to Scientology, because 1949, the Superior Court of the United States ruled that adults do have the right to make themselves martyrs of their so-called religion, and they can expose themselves to whatever martyrdom they want to do, but they cannot do the same to their kids. So us as children, we were told, oh, this is very legal, this is all great and wonderful, but you know what? It was not great, it was not wonderful, and it's highly illegal to deliver Scientology to underage kids. And we're calling that part out. We're calling that part out because we've done the research, you know. We are the ones, Miriam actually, we did a live on that, but Miriam, shout out to Miriam, who's the one that actually found the law, the case law of the Superior Court of the United States that actually protects children from being forced into situations for which they cannot consent to. Like as a child, you cannot consent to make yourself a martyr. It's that simple. And our Scientology parents, if they are getting off on being martyrs and being mistreated, go do you. But don't bring your kids. It's that simple. Like that's how this problem ends. The Scientology problem ends when they stop subjecting their kids to it. Hello, Kate. Hi from Germany. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, you can start filling these.
Okay.
And use the purple caps, okay? Right now.
So we're now gonna fill the syringe, you guys. Oh, but look, it's not.
It's what it is.
Then you know what? I'd rather do it straight from the. I'd rather fill it from here,
fine.
because then you just go like this. Ugh. This one, right? Or that?
Here, this one right here. Finish this one. Got me that? There you go.
Hello, Audit LA. Thank you for joining us. Say hi to Audit LA.
Hey, Audit.
Hi, April.
April Diamond.
Yeah, Audit, are you still safe? What's going on? Let us know what's going on and how we can help, please. You're always out there helping the community, so do not hesitate to ask for help yourself. I know how hard it is to ask for help. Personally, I grew up in a cult and then don't like asking for help, but everybody deserves help. So please let us know how you're doing. Hi, Cajun. Stooky, that's true. We're good, thank you. It was scary with the Runyon Canyon fire. Just respiratory issues. Absolutely. Please order yourself an air purifier. I've never had one in LA, but we're gonna need it. We just ordered one on Amazon because the air quality is horrible. Like when Michael woke up, he wouldn't stop causing. So the respiratory issues are real. Some of the next meetings are gonna be wild. Yep.
Tell Audit. Tell that I ordered bumper stickers.
Hi, J Trab. Do you and Serge still paint together? We finished our last project, and we're actually wanting to do an art show of everything we've done together this year. So I will keep you guys posted because we want to do a lot more activism this year. I feel like this is a way that we can really bring the community together, bring you guys along for that. So we want to be putting together an art show that is raising awareness about no more kids in Scientology. So I will keep you guys posted about that. Yes, and N95 masks outside 100%. Right now, 100%. Like we have to wear this N95 outside. I haven't even been able to go to the gym, you guys, because I haven't actually left the house. Like the streets are pretty empty. Like everyone is pretty much inside right now, I feel. Like unless you don't have to be out, no one's really out. Oh, yours comes tomorrow? Oh, good, Audit. Thank God that you ordered it. Hello, Joe. Oh, yeah, Kim. Exactly, Stooky. Art has been activism for centuries. That's the way that we have our voice untainted. So we have to do more activism through art, through raising the consciousness of our culture, and to invite people into the conversation so that everyone can become aware of the problem in a way that it's, you know, delivered in a way that it can be actually digested. So we're gonna be getting onto that. You have a lot of M95 masks, Jeff. Yeah, I mean, people should be using them outside right now in California. I wonder how you could donate them or where you could donate them. Yeah, exactly, Audit.
Oh, you know what? Don't put those in there. Put those go in here right now. Those are gonna be different than these.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, because I'm gonna do like a container
Okay.
of them with the labels on the container outside, so then they could just pull one of these and not have to open these up, and it's quicker and it's not individually wrapped. It doesn't need to be individually wrapped because that's gonna be thrown away really quick, and then at least I'll give them 100 of these per rescue.
Yeah.
That's why I created these little stickers to go on it.
They couldn't even open the fire lane. Give them to the health department. Yeah. Oh, here I am putting them back again. Oh. Thank you, Jenny. Yes, it's a great product. Have you used it?
Keep filling.
Stop.
Stop what?
Keep feeling like I'm reading, keeping
There's pets
track
out there
of
that
it.
need us. Just want to get to them. That's all.
And we will, please. Oh, good, Audit. What are we drinking? Just a protein. Chocolate protein. Just to have, I mean, I don't even have an appetite, you guys. With all of this going on, the first thing to go is my appetite. Oh, hi, April. Yeah, we are shipping to Canada. Can they just, because I know we're shipping internationally now.
But they have to fill out. They just have to pick the right shipping on our site.
You just have to pick the right shipping on the site. I think there was an upgrade done on that recently, so that,
Shipped to Afghanistan the other day.
we shipped to Afghanistan the other day. Isn't that great? Afghanistan, helping a dog in Afghanistan. It's safe where we are now for now. For now, we're okay, but I mean, these fires are not contained, so we're just counting our blessings and.
If this helps you with the chat, is that easier to read?
Yeah. So weird to
Remember,
see.
you gotta look there.
I know. I'm
You can move it over there.
Really, Jeff? I mean, look, the masks are not the most comfortable, but you gotta just think of your safety. I think that's what it is. I never think about those masks for comfort. I just think for them for protection. And you know what?
I'm gonna go
Sometimes
live.
the protection is not. Huh?
I'm gonna go live too here.
No, because then we're gonna be talking between each other. That doesn't make sense. Just here.
No, I want to do Instagram. You've got your channel going. I want to do another channel so I get it out there. So I'll go over there and do it.
Well, then let me close my live because it's not gonna work to do two lives at
I'll
the
go
same
over
time.
there and do this over there.
We'll go in there because you have to close the door.
I'll go over there and close my door.
Love from Norway. Thank you, Norway. We have to fill our gutter on the roof with water when we have threats of fires. Do you do this in LA? No.
Never heard of that. Why do they build the gutter?
Why did you do it in the gutter? How does that help? We need
The gutter of what? The house?
the roof.
I don't know what that.
The roof is the thing that catches on fire when the embers.
I know, but how does filling the gutter help?
I don't know. The roof. They do it on the roof, not the gutter.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I don't think people.
I actually have a sprinkler set up for our roof. You know, like I had that little thing that went up for the summer to cool down the roof.
Oh, true. True. To stop the embers, yeah. No, they didn't do that, and I mean, unfortunately,
There was
that's
no water.
yeah. But I mean, even the Palisades people. So much of the destruction happened because no one was around to help. Thank you, Anne. We put water sprinkler also on the roof. Yeah, that's what Michael did actually. Before these fires, just because our summer was so hot. So if worse comes to worse, we'll be able to at least do that, right?
I think that one's dead. Did you check it?
Yeah, this one says it's 100% full, but it doesn't work.
You could get a separate wire. That jack doesn't work on that one.
I think I tried this with the wire and it didn't work.
I used one of those yesterday with the wire. It worked with
It worked with the wire
with the wire without their own wire.
charging. Okay, good.
Let's see. There's that little port.
Yeah. Yes, thank you for your support, and thank you for your support with Share. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, well, Michael's godmother lives in Malibu, and in another fire, in the Malibu fires, their whole house got burned. But today, this time, all their neighbors' houses got burned, and theirs didn't because they had a different roof. So the roof didn't catch on fire, which is what compromised most of the other houses and structures. They all turned into flames because their roofs just caught on fire. That's the embers get the roof, and then once the roof is on fire, love have mercy on your soul.
Hi guys. Hi guys, we're back here. We are actually just trying to figure this out.
What's the formula we're making? We're making no more drama, calming relief. And this is a formula for pets that get nervous, separation anxiety, just affected by the fires, really, like affected by the displacement of their homes. Because a lot of pets right now are experiencing a lot of just the trauma of it all. We do we do ship worldwide, when chip. There's a thing that you have to fill out on the website. I believe that we now ship worldwide. So we weren't able to ship worldwide for a minute, but Michael has worked on being able to ship worldwide, and now our website has. Um, he said you have to select the the shipping for your country, and then you have to fill out a little thing on it, and then you're able to ship worldwide. Yes, Joe, I'm so glad that you guys are able to get it in all the countries now, because I hated when people were like asking us, and we couldn't ship. See, we just got another text message from a friend asking if we're okay. You're having some difficulties. April, why don't you go ahead and email Michael? I don't know if I can troubleshoot your difficulties from here. But I think Michael might be able to help us. He said there was something on the website that you could select for the worldwide shipping. And you know what? I haven't looked at it. So if you cannot troubleshoot it on your own, then just go ahead and send Michael an email. And we'll try and help you. Oh, good, Janie. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm so glad to hear that. Just also make sure you check out if they get a lot of ear infections. Sometimes that's also because he could have a yeast infection. So when you get a chance, go ahead and smell around their ears, because if their ears smell like corn chips, he might also have some yeast. And usually, if they have the yeast, which the telltale sign is if they are having the corn chip smell on their ears, then you might want to double his dosage with the allergy formula and the yeast infection, because that usually really does help. Our yeast formula has all these antifungal herbs, so we've been able to help very yeasty dogs and cats with that problem. Have you heard if Confident Chris is okay in all this? He's not been live on YouTube in a while. Hi, Brenda. I haven't heard of him specifically, but I believe he lives somewhere downtown, and I don't think downtown is having a problem. but I honestly don't know. Thank you, Kim. Exactly. Their feet and their ears are the ones that will smell like corn chips if they have the. Oh, you have the yucky fungus too? Okay, well then you're already on your way there. Also the ouchie. Okay, well you already got all the herbs going on, girl. You're on top of it. I'm just so glad that you're getting the help you need. You have four, two labs and two small dogs. That's so cute. That's so cute, and shout out to all pet parents that have that many dogs, because that's a lot of fur children. Oh, that's great. La, 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 la. And Michael's just talking about we have our calming relief for horses too. So we're gonna be going to Burbank where they're keeping all the horses who are also just completely spooked out from all of this. Yes, self-care. Self-care all the way. Get some good rest. Ah, I mean, it's hard to rest in this environment, you guys, because Maui girl, where do I find Michael's email address? Michael at healthypausherbalabs.com. If you want to just email any questions about the product, that's his work email for this. Um, so we are on edge, Jeannie. We're literally on edge because the danger is imminent and it's not contained. Thank you, Amanda. Well, I think take nap shifts with Michael. I don't know. I don't know if I can even take a nap. But I mean, right now, what's calming me down is doing this. Believe it or not, this is calming because I feel like at least I'm doing something. Oh, really, Martha? Okay. Well, thank you for letting me know. I'll let Michael know. But sure, that is no problem. If you send it on Cash App, then I'll be able to transfer all of that to Healthy Paws. Remember to drink water. I know. You guys, all valid points of self-care that really do go out the window because I don't think I've been. Look, I haven't been even drinking my thing. This is my breakfast right now because we're just so. I mean, so upset, really. It just feels that it's. It feels so overwhelming. I don't mind telling you that, guys. This is really beyond devastating. But let's continue to count our blessings. Let's continue to practice gratitude. Let's continue to stay mindful. Thank you, Martha. You're the best. The entire mind, yeah, exactly, abuses of Scientology. Thank you for reminding me of that. We are in a state of fight, flight. I mean, I'm trying to stay positive, and I'm trying to just practice all the mindfulness in the world to process this unthinkable situation. But at least we're doing something that we feel can help. So, oh, exactly, Laura. This is just beyond heartbreaking. And shout out to you for having been on the front lines of all of this. You are truly a rock star. Exactly. It's like a hurricane, but this is a fire hurricane. And it's just hard to relax. Oh my God, send us some of that snow. Imagine. We're like, please. Oh, but snow can also be dangerous and it also can create a lot of problems. So I know that, just so many of us are, you know, having unprecedented climatic issues. Thank you, Burning Earth Citizen. Yes. We're taking care of the animals the best we can. We're doing the best we can. And don't forget that the best you can is okay. Yeah, it's a fire hurricane. Thank you, Stooky6. Ah, you're too old for the climatic issues, Martha. I love that. Exactly, Laura. Aren't we lucky to have the calmness and the actual support of our community? Like, you guys, we can't emphasize enough how this has never been available for us. And the fact that it is means the world. The fact that we know all of you that are contributing on the chat, talking, donating, expressing your thoughts and prayers, your good vibes, your good vibrations. All of that comes through. All of it. I know, Audit, you have a lot of pets, so I'm also praying for you to not be displaced. Thank you, Z. Well, I feel the strength that you guys feel is definitely a result of feeling the support, because the support is hard to feel when you're just standing by yourself. And for so many years we never felt supported, and now we have a track record of years of support in our communities that we've been building here on YouTube, and that really does help so much. I mean, it's like, it feels almost like cliche, but it's not. It's not, because the cliche is being experienced by us with the support and the backup and the help. So it just gives you that little bit of oxygen to be like, you know what? We don't know what's gonna happen, but whatever is gonna happen, we're not gonna have to suffer alone and feel the weight of this moment by ourselves. We have our entire city right now that's mourning with us, that is showing up. And the diversity in our community is, the diversity in you guys is what makes us truly powerful, because there's just so many of you that translates into action, it translates into wisdom, it translates into funds, it translates into just holding space, just showing up, just hitting the like, just subscribing, just showing us that we matter is all that's needed to get a little bit of wind in our sails, so we can navigate these very treacherous currents, But what you were saying, Z, we've lived through hell, and that's coming in handy right now, because the fact that we've lived through hell in our entire childhood, we are now able to utilize the superpower to, like Laura was saying, in her work, who do they turn to when everything is chaotic? They turn to her, because she's been through chaos, and she will stay calm even though it's all so chaotic. Hi Ron, it's this calming relief for pets from our company Healthy Paws Herbal Labs. Is a natural calming relief that our partner Dr. Kyle created. It's all natural herbs that help pets with their nervous system to be able to calm down. And since there's so much like displacement of animals, and there's so much like trauma out there, Michael from day one jumped out and went to the center where they were keeping all the people from the Pacific Palisades that didn't have a place to go, and their pets. And we started donating these no more dramas. And the second day they used them all, and they called us if we could bring more because it really was helping with the pets that were super anxious and just barking a lot and just like not being in a good place. So this formula really helps to naturally calm down the animals, and we're donating as many as we can from this, um, to see what part of support we can help.
I think that's it for right now, you guys. I'll be back on this shortly. I'll be sharing more information. I'll be out on
Exactly, Audit.
and
They have that sixth sense. They have that intuition. They know danger is imminent.
so I just want to say thank you everybody for being here, and I will see you guys next time. Everybody stay safe out there. If you're in Los Angeles, you see that the fire shifting again, and it's kind of scary. So
Thank you, Ron. Yes.
for everything you guys are doing, but you guys
Just
take time to breathe.
anything that can make it just a little bit easier for pet parents and their pets to go through this catastrophe. That's what we're focusing on.
So, if you're in LA or in the areas around
Even your guinea pigs seem like they know. Well, give them some no more drama. You can remember you can give it to even guinea pigs. Um, just make sure you dose it according to their weight size.
it's just really bad. It's just, so protect yourself, protect your life, stay healthy. Okay, guys, I'll see you guys.
Oh, definitely, Megan. This works wonders on kitties too with anxiety. That's what's so great about the formula. It just, we're gonna be visiting Burbank for the horses. Michael is making some horse. For the horses, it's a big quantity because obviously, with a big horse, you need a lot more. So it helps with horses. It helps with dogs, cats. And we work with different cat rescues that give it to their cats. Um, you can give it to them in their mouth or food. They're connected to their instincts, the cats and the dogs and the animals. Mm-hmm. So we'll probably gonna be going live, and we'll be able to show you guys what we're running. Because Michael did a live already about when we went and did this deliveries. Thank you, Nadia. Yes, we're concentrating on the things that we can control. When something like this happens, you have to put your focus on the things that you can actually control. And right now, this is what we can control. We can, bring some solutions for the animals, like, try and give them something that can calm them down to pass this time, to go through this situation. And I think we're all speechless. This is absolutely tragic beyond. Exactly, hippie. What's up, Julio? Thank you for joining us. We all love Audit LA. She's the best. Humans can take this stuff too. Yeah, this is all human grade, you guys. It's just according to weight. So, thank you, Florence. Yes, Ron. Well, Michael has set up a place on our website where people can donate formulas for pets. And there is a lot of resources out there. I think I need to put them on my community tab for other types of donations that are being accepted by different um, like the Humane Society for Pets and all of that. Like we're gonna go to Pasadena later today to donate over there. So I think there are some resources out there. Thank you, Tassie D. Yeah, I know that you guys in Australia know what fires can be like. So thank you for all our Australian people that are standing with us. Thank you, Ron. Thank you so much. Absolutely, Naja. We're N95 masks outside. The air is really toxic right now. Kim, yeah, can only be devastating. I mean, no one wants to have their entire life upended. Nobody wants that. Oh my God, you guys, I'm almost done. I have 8 more to go.
You know, we got a lot more.
How many are in there?
This is 100. We have 100 more. baby.
Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, everybody who's been purchasing on the website right now. That's fantastic. It's just, you know, you have no idea. Any little bit helps. So we really, really appreciate it. You see, it's so much to do here still just to get these ready to go out and prepare these for the rescues. But I just want to say thank you, everybody. I'm seeing orders come in right now, which is just beautiful. And we're just packing them up as well as we're going on here. So thank you, guys.
Yeah, Amanda, here I thought I was almost done, and I'm just told that I need to do 100 more. So, because I thought this was 200. I think I've been doing this, we've been doing this for hours already. Welcome to my life. Tassie, you're right. That's my painting. It says safe on it. It's marked safe. I did that painting, I think 2 years after I came out of Scientology. And I remember I wanted to mark myself safe after coming out of there. So that's that painting here. It's just upside down, so that's why it's hard to read, because it's, so for all of you dyslexic people, I'm sure that's easy to read, but yeah. Thank you, Florence. That's really, thank you for sharing it. All of it helps. All of it helps. Thank you, Michelle. Yeah, we have to do a whole art walkthrough, you guys. I have to do that with you guys, so we can talk about the art. I have so much to
An online art
show. It was upside down. Exactly, Nadia. It's been upside down. It's still upside down. F it. You have to find your grounding even when the world is upside down. That's what this moment calls for. To ground yourself despite everything being upside down. You just have to remind yourself to breathe, to give yourself time. Can we get another box?
What? You need more?
Thank you, Joe. What's my favorite artist painter of all time? I love Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera. I love Mexican artists. I love the colors that I grew up with in Mexico made such an important blueprint in my head, you guys. I used to love, I went to a Montessori school when I was a kid, and there was there was this material where they would teach you different painters in Montessori schools. You know how they're all like kind of like funky way of teaching. But I remember there was this like this project that you would work on where you would learn all about painters, and I learned about all these Mexican painters, and I just remember loving the colors of Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera, but I also was obsessed with Salvador Dali. I just loved the way that he could go into his mind and just create very, distorted but so genius ways of putting so many things about the world. So, if I had to name three, Salvador Dali, Diego Rivera, and Frida Kahlo are top three-ish. Thank you, Megan. Thank you for joining us. Right, Frida really shows you what art is about. It's alchemizing pain. It's living your pain again and then extracting it out of your head and then put it in physical shape so that it lives outside of you. You have to like extract that out of your head. So that's what art therapy has been, a literal godsend. That's what you guys will see. There's like so much art in the walls here. I mean, never mind that our house is a mess right now too, because due to the circumstances, but Rene Magritte. Interesting. I've got to check Rene Magritte. Thank you, Janine. That's true. I need to move and stretch a little bit. Oh, I'm not stretching. I didn't stretch today. I'm so tense. I can feel it. I can feel it right now. Thank you, Abuses of Scientology, donating 5 memberships. You're the best. Oh my God, that's so great. Hippie Chick, you got a membership. Yay. Shout out to Abuses of Scientology, you guys. Karen is one of the most caring individuals in this community. She's selfless. She helps so much. She's always there. She is truly a jewel. She's been so supportive and so grateful to have her advocating. She's always advocating for people, and she's doing so much work behind the scenes that is honestly wonderful to have all these people that are so supportive. Hello, Bunny Melon. Thank you for joining us. Renee Margarita's surrealism. Oh my God, I would love her. I love when we can take that freedom of artistic interpretation to work in a surrealist environment. I love that. I love that aesthetic. It is, Janie. It's heartwarming. It's appreciated. Never take your community for granted, you guys. Don't take people for granted. Don't take your time on earth for granted. Don't take your pets for granted. Just nothing. Sometimes it takes a horrific tragedy to recalibrate our vision of the world. So don't take anything for granted, and always let people know that you appreciate and love them, because you never know what tomorrow is going to bring. It is just part of this life. Things happen. Life can turn on a dime. Life turned on a dime for all of us that are here in Los Angeles. We've just been hit with such a hard...
Blindsided.
It's blindsided, yeah. I took higher art at school and I love art history. Not that I can remember much from 30 years ago. Well, is the thought that counts. You remember the important parts, I'm sure. Exactly, Amanda. We're just reminding ourselves of the compassion that is needed to bring others with you, to make people rise, to make people's lives better. And for that, we need a lot of these qualities to continue to multiply. Life is like a roller coaster. Yep.
Life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get.
Disasters bring people together when they wouldn't usually unite. It's true. It's true. And we are seeing that in Los Angeles. Like, it's right now, it feels like we're united against this horrific event. And you know, countries are coming for us. Like Canada and Mexico already send resources here. Other states are coming from, you know, sending fire trucks, sending everything they can, because this has to stop. Dating is like a box of chocolate too. You never know what you're gonna get. You could get a Michael. With the cherry on top. Thank you, Audit. Thank you for being with us. Let us know if you need anything, and we'll keep you in our thoughts. We're gonna be monitoring the situation as we all are.
I got bumper stickers.
Michael's gonna show you the bumper stickers he just ordered. You went through 9/11, and Amanda, I mean, this feels like a 9/11 in terms of just having all that. It's like it's a bomb. It's like a bomb went off in one of our communities. So it's crazy. 9/11 was terrifying. It was. So it is a different level of terror that we feel. Carnival. It had that Mexican surrealist vibe. Carnival. No, what is that? Is that a movie, a play? What is it? Would love to donate, but the link only allows US addresses, and my PayPal won't go through. Well, we said if that's the case, then just do a Cash App or Venmo that's on our profiles, you guys. Because we're earmarking all of this right now for this. So Tassie, I don't know what's going on with the link, but Cash App and Venmo can also help a lot. So the HBO show that didn't resolve its story. Oh, yes, I definitely watched Carnival. Absolutely, I remember that. It was very weird and eerie. I totally know what you're talking about. Very surreal. Yeah, thank for all of you who have already liked the stream. I mean, Amanda, this might be the last straw for me in terms of California, too. I just don't want to leave Scientology to its own devices, but this is not good. We're looking at options. Where's the best place to move that has no natural disasters, you guys? Yeah, it's a difficult decision. Norway. Okay. I feel like Norway. Oh, thank you, Ron. Yay, Wench, you gotta. Oh, wonderful. Look at all you guys that got memberships from Ron. Thank you so much, Ron. Scotland. I know, Joe, but if we want to move to Scotland, like moving to Europe, I think the whole it'd be so hard to move to those countries because it's like I don't think I don't think the world's gonna want to be taking any Americans in. I do have my Mexican passport. I do have my Mexican passport. So Tasmania has climate refugees from Queensland. Oh, interesting. Thank you, Auntie M. Shout out to you as well for being such a wonderful contributing member of this community. Always being in the chats, always flowing positivity. Tina Turner lived very close to you. Oh, to Switzerland? Oh my God, I think I'm ready. I'm ready for that landscape. I'm ready for just that. I'm just ready for neutrality, peace. Abuses of Scientology also used to live in Switzerland. And I already speak Italian, so I could do Switzerland, but I feel like you have to have so much money to move to Switzerland. Otherwise, they're not going to want you. Clean democracy. You're still a Swiss citizen. Oh my God, Karen. I think I'm going to marry you and Michael's going to marry his Italian friend and we're going to get our butt to Europe. We guys are very safe in Norway. That's good to know because Lord knows the challenges coming into America, even just for gay people. I mean, that's what we're facing. Moved to Ticino, the Italian part of Switzerland. Yeah. A me piacerebbe andare su un altro paese perché questo paese è un po' matto. I can't believe the fires put into Brentwood. So insane. Oh my goodness, I know. Brentwood and Bel Air. I mean, imagine you guys. Brentwood, the Palisades. Oh my God. Like, I had some friends that live in Brentwood, but they're not living there anymore. But, oh my God. These are gorgeous, stunning, beautiful communities and houses, you guys. If it burns, Karen Bass is never going to hear the end of this because I mean, she already is never going to hear the end of this because she's going to have to deal with us. Had a co-worker with a sister in South Tower and one husband in the Pentagon on 9/11. Phones lines tied up. We were glued to TV. Fortunate for both their family, they were safe. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm right with you, Saj. What are they going to do differently moving forward? I mean, we cannot rebuild the same exact thing. That's starting from that. Starting from what is going to happen so this never happens again. You can only fly with one fur baby. That's ridiculous. Interesting, Tassie. Well, I have never been to Australia. The farthest down south I've ever been to is South Africa, which was stunning. Beautiful, amazing people, amazing weather. Thank you, Amanda. Well, you know what? I'm almost done, believe it or not. I am almost done this time, guys. I have about, I don't know. You know when you almost just dissociate and you just keep going and going and going? I just want to get it done and get to the centers already, because when we got the calls this morning, I mean, it was just like, we got to get this done now. So there is light at the end of the tunnel. I will stretch. I'll stretch with you guys at the end of this. I'll give everyone a stretch session, but let's get this done. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. We're almost there. And we're going to have a lot done, which is what we want. We have a lot to do today. So much to do. We're going to the shelter first. Yes. Michael had to finish the formula for the horses, because the horses are in Burbank. And I don't even know what the fire situation is like over there right now, but we're going to the shelter and then to the horses. You need a stretch class. I mean, it's interesting, you guys, because as you know, I'm very flexible, but I've gone to a couple of yoga classes here and there, but the classroom environment always made me feel, I don't know, I just couldn't get into it. I don't know if it's all the Scientology classroom environments. Oh, here I am. I keep looking in the camera phone. I just couldn't do yoga, and I just did all my stretching on my own. So I've never taken a class. And sometimes I think that when I watch like yoga instructors, they have so much language connected with how to move your body. And I just instinctively move my body according to where the stiffness is. I do a lot of rolls. Like I recommend all of you to use one of those like rollers. I'll tell you the one I have. I have a lot of them actually, but those are so great to relieve stress and to really just like stretch out. I mean, of course, I have my rubber bands that have you guys seen me stretch with a rubber band? That also helps a lot. Fire NATO. Yeah, this is a Fire NATO category 5. Literally, we have a Fire NATO category 5. Fire NATO. So you have to build muscle. I mean, yeah, you have to build muscle and flexibility. You can't just build flexibility because then it can cause other issues. You want to gradually use your own body weight to open up the hips, open up all the areas where the tension is stuck. Oh my God, you guys, we're almost done. And Michael cannot say that there's 100 more this time. Look it. There's just these left. Yeah, see? I use this rubber band for stretching. So I'll show you guys how I do it. The doctor told me not to pick up stuff off the ground standing up anymore. Well, I did Leela's yoga and you off PBS along Sesame Street. You know, the key, you guys, is to get a routine and commit to a routine and make that your own like self-care moment, because there is no right way or wrong way of stretching. That's what I've learned in my journey. Like, you can mirror someone else's stretch journey, and I mean, I guess that can help to kind of get you into the mood of it all, but ultimately you just have to find your own routine, your own exercises, and your own like, you have to kind of like learn to like that pain in a way. because you have to kind of like really dig into your own body, and it takes so long, it takes so many hours. Like when I go and stretch, like I go to Santa Monica Beach and I stretch there, for example, and people always ask me like, how are you so flexible? And I always tell them like, because everybody thinks that there's some sort of like secret sauce to become flexible, and it's really just you have to like put, it's so such a gradual way of getting to that flexibility. And when you see somebody being so flexible, they put in thousands of hours to get that way, unless you're like Karen, who's always I'm gonna call Serge right back as soon as I'm done with these syringes, which we're almost done. Yeah, no, I was getting a phone call. I got Serge. Serge just called me. I need to call him back as soon as I'm done with these last few syringes. Thank you, hippie. Yes, I'm gonna let him know. I'm gonna let him know. I'm gonna let him know. I'm gonna find out how he's doing. I mean, I don't think he's being evacuated because, like I said, like where he lives is close to one of the fires, but it never got to sunset. So I think he's still okay. Yeah, I'm gonna find out if he's got the masks and all that, because he needs that. Yeah. Okay, you guys, we're getting down to our last. Shout out to all of you who have listened to the stream all the way to the end and have helped me concentrate for these, to get these formulas out and process all my emotions and feelings with you guys. Three hours. Damn, see? Time flies when you're having fun. Oh my God, it's been 3 hours, damn. Oh, Tassie. Yeah, thank you for letting us that know. Hi, Victor. Yeah, I think I agree with you about sticking together. The class action lawsuit, that's what's very tricky, because I don't think that our situation goes. Last one. last one, you guys. Look. Boom. I don't know that our situation calls for a class action lawsuit, because I think it has to be individual situations, just because there's so many different things that get done in Scientology. But we'll continue to show you guys that. Yay, we got it done, you guys. So we have all of these packets we just finished, plus these 200 syringes that are gonna go out now. So I really want to thank all of you who have stayed with us all the way to the end, all the way throughout it, all the replay crews. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna call Serge. Don't forget to stretch. I'm gonna cut the stretch short because I just want to make sure that Serge is okay. And I will see you guys soon. Bye bye.